So Jay asked me to share a little bit about what the resurrection means to me. And it seems like every year the Lord just highlights different things for me, gives me new revelation to everything. In my 20s, I've been learning a lot about growing up and just what our 20s are about. I'm sure a lot of you know that your 20s consists of a lot of change, a lot of decisions, a lot of just going here for a little bit and then going here for a little bit, and a lot of unknown. So that's kind of where I'm at in my life right now. And so this year the Lord highlighted something different for me, which has been really helpful in my time of feeling kind of lonely and unsure of what to do with my life, and just I feel like I'm like a blank canvas that just like wants to become something. And so the Lord, I feel like, has shown me something different this Easter season. It started with me listening to Tim Keller, one of his sermons about God's plans and our plans, where he talks about the story of when Jesus is in the boat with his disciples and he falls asleep, and there's this huge storm going on, and I'll read it. It's from, I think it's from Luke chapter 8, verse 22 onward. One day he got into a boat with his disciples, and he said to them, "Let us go across to the other side of the lake." So they set out, and as they sailed, he fell asleep, and a windstorm came down on the lake, and it was filling with water, and they were in danger. And they went and woke him, saying, "Master, Master, we are perishing." And he awoke and rebuked the wind and the raging waves, and they ceased, and there was a calm. He said to them, "Where is your faith?" And they were afraid, and they marveled, saying to one another, "Who is this that he commands even winds and water, and they obey him?" So I'll get back to that in a second. But that was the first part of my revelation. Second is in the Garden of Gethsemane when he's praying to the Lord, saying, "God, I really don't want to do this. Take this from me if possible, but not my will, yours be done." The third moment is when he's on the cross and he says, "God, why have you forsaken me? Where are you?" And the fourth is when he raises from the death and just conquers all of it. So for me, it's kind of as if I learned a lot about how just Jesus took all of that. He took all of feeling abandoned, feeling lonely, feeling lost, feeling completely in the middle of unknown and of change and of not knowing what to do, not wanting to do certain things, and he took that all upon himself so that we would never have to experience that without him. It's like when he's in the boat and his disciples are saying, "Gosh, Jesus, we're dying. Wake up, where are you?" It's as if he snaps back at them and saying, "Yeah, you're dying. Don't you care that I'm dying? I'm about to die. I'm about to go through the ultimate storm. I'm about to go through the ultimate storm all alone, abandoned. I'm going to be forsaken, and I'm going to go through complete darkness so that even though you don't deserve it, I'm going to take it upon myself anyway, so that when you go through storms again in your life, you know that I'm at the helm of your boat. I'm in it. And I'm there. You don't have to be alone in that anymore. So I'm about to go through this big storm so that you don't have to go through any other storm in your life alone. There's going to be changes. You're going to have to make big decisions. You're going to be so lonely. You're going to be 24 and not know what to do with your life. But I'm going to be there at the helm of your boat, and I'm taking it upon myself. And what's even better is that not only am I taking that upon yourself, but I'm going to promise you that I'm going to live inside of you. Jesus promised, even before he died, he said in John chapter 14, verse 16 to 17, he says to his disciples, "And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate, who will never leave you. He is the Holy Spirit who leads into all truth. The world cannot receive him because it isn't looking for him and doesn't recognize him. But you know him because he lives with you and now later will be inside of you." Jesus was abandoned so that we never would be. even though we don't deserve it, we'll always have him. I know that I can make decisions knowing Jesus conquered it all, so I don't have to feel alone, but that he's always in my boat. I'm forever companioned. He lives in and around me. He is risen in and around me.